It was the beginning of 1975 and a new era in public broadcasting was dawning.
When Double J burst onto the air, it changed everything.
Just off the main drag of Sydney's King's Cross, a group of young radicals launched a radio station that was to become a national icon.
There was no way you were going to hear on commercial radio what you were hearing on Double J.
The station, affectionately dubbed The Jays, went on to break countless bands and change Australian music forever.
Give it up for Missy Higgins.
Triple J, they gave birth to me in a way, which is a really weird thing to say.
Hello world, pants off Australia.
Mining the fertile ground of Aussie larrikinism, the station spawned the radio comedy duo.
Well, the kiddies like adults being silly.
They do.
And we were very silly.
We never felt the burden that we were servants of history and that we had to represent everybody, because you can't do that. That's right, Mikey.
Yeah, most of the time we spent on air bickering about where we were going to go for lunch.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the call there. Gary in Brisbane, what do you think?
Oh, I reckon the whole system needs a shake-up. It's like...
The Jays talks to the heart of the youth. All across Australia, people love it.
Triple J.
Triple J are the furthest thing from Brave in terms of their playlist. They're extremely predictable.
I guess Triple J is in such a unique position. They'll probably cop a lot of criticism for things they actually probably lead the field in.
Now, as it contemplates middle age, its stars past and present reflect on 40 years of the Australian youth station.
Triple J is much like the 60s. If you can remember your time there, then you weren't actually there.
J, J, J.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to Triple J!
Happy birthday, Triple J. Like everyone else, you're getting older.
Right on the stroke of 11 o'clock on the 19th of January, we cut to the Skyhook song, You Only Like Me Because I'm Good in Bed. It was just a sensational moment of broadcasting as far as I'm concerned.
We chose to open the broadcast with a song that had been banned by commercial radio, in particular 2SM, who were kind of the bête noire of people who like good music, and 2SM was widely regarded at the time as rubbish.
15 times a week, and you still want more.
Well, I was a big Skyhooks fan. It was like a gale of fresh air had suddenly blasted out of the radio speaker, because everything up until that point in time had been so stultified and so regimented and so narrow. It was just almost unthinkable that suddenly we could hear a song like this broadcast.
Oh, you just like me. We just like you anyway. On behalf of everybody at Double J, welcome. Guess who's new?
Sometime around about 78, I've received this phone call from a music publisher, and she said, do you want to go and see this band? She said they're a bit weird, but exciting. I saw this guy leaping up and down, running up and down the stage. I thought there was just something about it, just something about the energy.
Midnighter was a very strong live band. We spent a lot of time in the pubs and on surf clubs. And of course, the music that we were writing and creating at the time wasn't the sort of music that was likely to find ourselves on commercial radio airplay. But there was this radio station that might give it a shot. Double J helped us become the band that we could be, and we were providing music along with our peers for them to play. So there was a kind of neat symbiosis happening then, and it went on from there.
Tonight's a very special occasion to this station. Yes. JJJ is having a birthday, and I think it's a wonderful thing.
To celebrate a decade on air, the youth station held a huge birthday bash on Sydney Harbour's Goat Island. The ambitious concert was simulcast on national radio and television and featured a surprise guest band.
for everybody out there who's listening Saturday night. JJJ are the station that have made it possible for Sydney and Australian musicians to stay alive.
We didn't need to be asked twice. It was an incredible event, partly because of its location, and it was just one of those magic days where, you know, the stars lined up, the birds sang at the right time, you know, the band was in tune, and away you went.
We wanted the fireboat crews to do something special during one of the songs. So you took them down and, of course, a crate of beer and got them a bit pissed. In the middle of one of the songs, this fantastic thing, the fireboats all start letting off their hoses. Peter Garrett just couldn't believe it, because one of the things that made them a bit nervous was the first time they'd ever performed on a stage without a back.
Bye, Sydney, Sydney! This is pretty sensational up here, actually, out the back, and I know it's not swimmable in. Oh, hello, a few yachts.
I hear stories now from people who swam with a friend, you know. We thought we were going to get taken by a shark in Sydney Harbour. We swam across to Goat Island and just, you know, sort of crawled out of the water and just listened to you guys playing. Every aspect of it showed the maturation of the infant terrible, you know, the enfant terrible, you know, sort of actually delivered something like this in this way. And I still get people coming up to me in the street and saying, oh, yeah, I was just looking at, you know, at the Goat Island stuff sort of last week, and so there's no question it did endure.
There was an incredible irreverence and anarchic kind of spirit, both around the Oils and that early sense of what Double J and Triple J was about. It was all about being anti-establishment. That was certainly a huge motivation for me when I finally got a gig at Triple J and thought the power of music, you know, it can change the world.
We were writing about things that were connecting with Triple J's audience. It was about environment, it was about rights for Aboriginal people, it was about nuclear disarmament. These were the issues of the time that we were ringing a bell, and it was ringing in the corridors of the radio station as well.
Midnight Oil was certainly singing about Indigenous issues, but so were Aboriginal bands, and Triple J also played Aboriginal music at the time.
Black fella, white fella, it doesn't matter. The Warumpies were a hugely powerful force for us. You know, there was a real changing of attitudes around that time and a real awareness of some of the wrongs. And the music was a really powerful way to tell that story. Are you the one who's gonna stand up and be counted? Are you the one who's... J.